Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. My name is Denise and this reading is for Thursday, January 21st, 2021. So the date is 1/21/21. That's kind of cool. Okay, let's see what we need to know for this day. So we have the Six of Swords. The theme is the Nine of Wands reversed. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so with the Nine of Wands reversed, the message there is that we do not need to defend. We do not, as human beings evolving through our lives as, spirit incarnate into human body, we don't need to defend or resist anything. Any issue that comes up in our lives is something that we're meant to deal with. And that no matter what, we will always have the strength to deal with it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be in our life. And it's always an opportunity to grow. It's always an opportunity to let go of defenses. There's just no need to, to become defended in order to move through your life. There's really nothing that will ever be inside of us that we should defend against, feeling, experiencing, going through, of course, same thing, experiencing. And that to know that going through the experience, we will shed karma, we will shed false beliefs, we will shed emotional reactive material that keeps our pure feelings from flowing through, which is our guidance system. We want to let go of the emotional reactions, which are always a form of either aggression, submission, or withdrawal. So sometimes, even passive aggression is still aggression of some type. It's still, it's like coming from a need to control. So if we think that we need to control life, of course, we earn our living, we balance our checkbooks, we grocery shop, we do laundry, we take care of ourselves, we create stability in our personal lives. But other than that, you can't control the world. You cannot control life that is flowing to you except by becoming aware of everything that's inside. It's just like the Carl Jung quote that says, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. So on the path, we're clearing out karma, we're moving forward to more peaceful places within, and there's just nothing you need to defend. Whatever material we find that's inside of us, it's meant to be looked at and examined and processed through, take the truth and let go of the untruth, and then move forward. There's no reason at all to defend against whatever's coming up inside. The task for our souls, for our ego, for our spirits want us to identify the wrong conclusion, identify the misperception, identify the the lie, identify the untruth, but don't identify with it, right? Don't, for instance, if you have a place inside of yourself that feels like you're not good enough because maybe you were rejected over and over and over again growing up as a child, and it has made you, go your own direction. You have to flee. You've got just a little bit of baggage still that you're carrying and holding. And maybe it's just the essentials that you need, because every human has needs. We all have real needs. And again, like I always say, when they weren't met in childhood, you're going to have the real needs are love and safety and comfort and connection. Everything we have here with the Knight of Cups. So when you're moving away from those old the pain, for not having your real needs met. All we really ever need to do to break that vicious circle of being stuck in the place where we keep running up against being rejected, or being, not seen or heard or understood, not having the comfort and connection that we needed when we were young. If we don't meet that pain and process it through, then we stay stuck. And we reach out, for substitute needs. Sometimes that substitute needs is a defense. So we have to look at where we're submitting, where we are too aggressive, where we have a demand on life and others, and also to where we just resign and go into withdrawal and become, apathetic. Even though I don't have cards here indicating that, I'm just telling you, I'm just explaining to you, what's inside that vicious circle when we do not have our real needs met as a little one. But as an adult, we don't need to resist it anymore. We don't need to have these defenses around us. And when the Nine of Wands comes through reverse, that's the message. We no longer need to defend and expect life to be the way it was when we were young. All we really have to do is to understand those real needs and how we're all interdependent on each other. We all need love. We all need comfort. We all need to know that we're safe, and we need to create safety, provide safety for ourselves. And we need connection with each other, and we need to communicate with each other so that we are, understood, seen, heard, and understood. So once we do that, once we know what those real needs are, that's all we really need to know. I mean, yeah, we do need to go through the pain, go through the pain of being rejected, go through the pain of being pushed aside, go through the pain of not having safety, if that was your childhood. And I think, for all of us, and even our parents and our grandparents and before, we've always had some level of lack of safety. So, but we're changing that. We're changing that as human beings. We are moving forward to more peaceful times. That's what this Six of Swords is about. And when we no longer resist material that's coming up from the inside, from the past, then we can break those vicious circles, and that's all that needs to happen. And then we can literally move forward, creating a life full of love and pleasure and connection. I mean, just look at this. There's a powerful white horse. Horses are so powerful. And here we have a gift. We have someone who cared enough to create a picnic basket for us, and there's even a little love note there. So imagine the universe being that way to you. Lots of love notes. I feel that way, you guys. Every time you comment on one of my videos and give me a little thumbs up or a heads up or a I feel like they're all a bunch of little love notes. And I so appreciate it. Truly appreciate them. So let's see. On a mundane level, well, no matter what, with the Six of Swords here, it is definitely about moving to a level of freedom. It has to do sometimes with healing, the past, and you're moving forward to more peaceful times. Other times it can be about relocating. If we're just going to look at just the mundane little ways this card can play out, it can be traveling, because you're literally moving on, and you could be relocating. But it's a card of primarily relief, which is really, really wonderful to have. Now, with the Nine of Wands, and of course it's a theme, and the Nine of Wands being reversed, sometimes this has us in such an exhausted place that we don't have any fight left. Because to get from here, before this card, we have the Five of Swords, and that's a lot of conflict, a lot of inner conflict. And when you move away from that, you're pretty worn out. When you've made a travel, when you've made a journey like this, you're pretty worn out. So this day on Thursday, 1/21/21, may be a day where we relax and integrate because we are exhausted. And three cosmic forces in the universe are expansion and contraction, and then the stasis in between. So what happens a lot of times is that we open our hearts and we love ourselves and we do a lot of healing work, and then we contract. We have this big expansive state, and then we contract, and then we're like, oh, this doesn't feel good. But just know that within the contraction, there's stasis. I mean, the body works like that. The heart beats like that. The heart pumps from one ventricle into the other, but there's this pause in the middle. If you study the way the heart flow works, before the blood is pumped out into the left, I believe it goes from the right into the left ventricle. Could be wrong with that, though. But either way, I know I'm right about having, they look at it as like a little O-ring in the middle of the heart where there is literally a pause. Just like when you take a big deep breath and you can pause for a moment and hold it in and then exhale, it's the same way. So that's the way the universe works, and we really, really need to integrate. So if you're exhausted on this day, just let yourself be adored and taken care of if you have anyone like that in your life. If you don't, love and adore yourself. Write yourself some little love notes. And just know that your power will come back, but you're given this day to relax and to integrate, because you've worked hard to get here, and the universe has been crazy and challenging and full of so much energy recently that you really deserve this day off here. So if you are exhausted, if you do feel like giving up, just know that it's temporary. There's no reason to be defensive about it. When you turn this card right side up, we're all about resilience. We're all about courage. But it can feel like an ongoing battle. So let go of the battle. Let yourself have fun and rest and relax, and give yourself that loving time and space. Look how spacious this card is here. I mean, there's space in many of these cards, but just relax and integrate. So, okay, well, that's it for today, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Love you all, and I'll be back soon. Okay, bye.